How's it going, everybody? There is lots to talk about, so no long intro, but I'll get straight to the point. The season reveal happened yesterday, and contrary to what I expected, they did show us a few teasers about the new hero. The hero will release on July 22nd, which means mid-season. This also means that early access for the hero is still far out, which means I actually don't know anything this time. Usually when these teasers drop, I already know a little bit, or a lot sometimes, so I need to pretend like I don't know anything when I make these videos. This means I can speculate like the rest of you, which I will do in just a second. The other topics are going to be the 7 testing ground reworks coming at the start of the season, and then the new testing ground with 3 new reworks and the option select changes coming after the 3-week event. So, new hero first, that's what everyone's most excited for probably. Name is most likely going to be Kyoshin, going by the event title. Samurai hero with what looks like to be a Shirasaya as a weapon. A katana with no Suba or guard. I hope I googled all that correctly. The season name is Mirage and the trailer shows change in environment. Most people have been speculating it's about clones like Torsen has in the story mode. I personally do not believe that. There is no way to implement this properly without it being an absolute nuisance. A built-in way to mess with someone's indicators in a 1v1 doesn't seem like a good idea. I think the change in environment hints at a 2-stance character, something along the lines of wielding the sword with 2 hands, and the other stance is where he fights dual wielding. The trailer shows him holding the scabbard in the other hand. Maybe you can slap someone across the face with it. Maybe we finally get a second character with a working stun mix-up. And then there's something about fire. Fuck me if I know what that's going to be. The whole season is about arid landscapes and droughts. The previews they've shown from the maps looked absolutely amazing. I hope that we get to keep that weather option, both for customs as well as normal matchmaking. But that's pretty much it for the hero already. If you want to listen to the lore and history that inspired him, then you can watch the Warriors then. I will link to the VOD in the video description. They've also shown the event game mode already, which pretty much looked like the Assassin's Creed one with the addition of a buff after you kill Ezio or Cesare, or whatever the NPCs are called now. Feel free to speculate more in the comment section or in my Discord. Link to that is also in the video description. But let's move on to the 7 testing ground heroes that are coming at the beginning of the season next Thursday. They have received some further changes, so let's go over them. I will obviously look into them in more detail once we get our hands on them. First one is Zerker, which got no additional changes. Next, Gladiator. Toe stab damage got reduced and it no longer knocks you down when you're out of stamina. The OOS change came a little unexpected, but it won't change all that much, just use Skewer as you're out of stamina pressure now. The big change came from Skewer now feeding 30 revenge. One of the main reasons why Gladiator is currently the #1 ganker in the game is because of the low revenge feed of his gank. It currently is 2, which gets increased to 30. Sounds like a lot, and it is. It is the equivalent of a bash. This should stop 100 to 0 ganks with no revenge and punish failed attempts a lot harder. Then his bash. Front bash is faster. Currently is 600 and they're making it quicker. I'm expecting it to be 500, which would put it in line with Centurion's kick. The side one is no longer delayable. I'll talk more about delayable side dodge attacks when we get to Hito. Side dodge bashes are insanely strong no matter what. Let's leave it at that. Then, lower stamina damage and no pause. Pause can go fuck right off. Remove it on all bashes, please. It's a great change. Moving on, next hero is Jeonhu. Somehow, Twitch chat was convinced that Jeonhu is bad now. I have no clue how anyone with half a working brain can think that, but oh well. Zone attack is back to 600 MS, slowed down by 100. Solid change, but probably still a top 2 zone in the game. And the side dodge attacks remain light parries. There were supposed to be heavy parries in the testing ground, but that change didn't make it in, so we already know that this is fine. They are enhanced now and still plenty strong. Next hero, Aramusha. As I've shown you in the initial testing ground review video, he had trouble with opponents backwalking and backdodging his ring the bell mix-up. A lot of moves have gotten increased forward movement. I hope this fixed all those issues. We'll see once we get to test this ourselves. But the last few times these range issues have been fixed pretty consistently. Then Shugoki. Only charge got stamina changes. What exactly that means remains to be seen. The Demon Drifting might still be possible, but with increased stamina consumption. Let's hope they didn't nerf it too hard, albeit the move needing one. And then Demon's Embrace recovery reduced further. This could mean anything, because if I recall correctly, it was 1300 ms in the testing round, which was still absurdly high. How low they went with it, your guess is as good as mine. It's probably still GBable, we'll see. Moving on to JJ, the choke move drains less stamina. All stamina changes are good, more of them please. And then the last hero, Hitokiri. Kick and sweep do less stamina damage and do not pause it. Let me repeat, all these stamina changes are great, get rid of all pauses and reduce stamina consumption. I'm all for it. Then, Endless Myriad does less damage. That's the infinite heavy chain. Most likely a change in regard to the kick and sweep follow-up. Used to be 24, so I'm expecting either 20 or 22 here. I don't think they should go any lower than that. And then side dodge heavy no longer delayable. Alright then. Most of you should know that I am not a fan of dodge attacks in their current state. They are very much needed to punish bashes though. But dodging out of chain offense and forcing me to feint to neutral all the fucking time is beyond annoying. I hate it. But on the other hand, non-delayable dodge attacks feel absolutely terrible. And while it might fix some situations for some specific mix-ups, it won't fix the overarching problem that many people have with dodge attacks. I've said this in the past that I have no real solution here, but the trend of removing the delay windows from dodge attacks does nothing to fix the problem, but all it does is make the dodge attacks feel awful. I'll get used to it eventually, hopefully. But oh well, moving on. They announced another testing round on July 1st, running for 1 week. The 3 heroes will be Orochi, Raider and Shinobi. I will link to the blog post down below so you can read their plans. And no worries, I'll be right on nerfing Shinobi. Don't you worry even a little. But the big change that affects everybody is the removal of option selects. The text in the blog post heavily implies that all of them will be gone. Input sanitization is a good thing and it will probably have effects on other things as well. We don't exactly advertise those, but I will show it to you once the testing round comes. But yeah, that's it. New hero mid-season, reworks and testing round at the start of the season. Quite a few things to look forward to. More viable heroes to play with to bridge the gap until the new one. I hope everyone's as happy as I am. With that said, I hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.